So Einstein was right. I'd like to spend a little bit of time speaking about him. Most people know him as the greatest scientist of the last 200 years, the man who gave us timespace, the theories of relativity, without whom our understanding of the universe would be nothing like what it is today. And yet, after all that, near the end of his life, he was looked at by the rest of science as someone who had been left behind, someone who had passed it, who was no longer relevant. How incredibly arrogant to think that way of a man like Einstein with such an intellect. Well, why was this? Supposedly he was no longer interested in the latest developments. Well, why? He believed the universe was infinite and eternal. He also wouldn't believe in a Big Bang. He just thought that was not right. And near the end of his life, all the way to the end of his life, he was trying to find a unification theory. What is that, and why is it so important? Unification theory is a set of laws that defines everything in the universe that happens. We haven't got one yet. That's the big problem. That's why Einstein was so dead set on finding one. Because if we don't have one, there's something very, very wrong with our understanding of the universe, possibly. There are two sets of laws. There's gravity on the one side, and then there's the quantum mechanics. These two don't mix. The one does predictions for one set of things, the other does a lot of useful predictions for the other set of things, but you can't mix them. They're like fire and water. If the two don't mix, you've got one universe. There has to be one law that defines everything that happens in this universe. Otherwise, there could be a fundamental flaw in our understanding of it. Einstein understood this. This was why he was so doggedly looking for a solution. No matter what he did, no matter which factors he added, he couldn't come up with one. I think he was right. I think Einstein was right. There was no Big Bang. The infinite is eternal and infinite. He just never, for some reason, considered the contracting matter universe, which could explain these things. If you have any open mind at all, I mean, a lot of you, I just think this is silly. I mean, the Big Bang happened. You've been taught that ever since you went to school. Therefore, it's true. It's like some kind of religion. You don't just attack this. Well, if you have an open mind at all, just look at the following pieces of evidence that should mean, hey, this is something worth looking at. First of all, the thermodynamics, which I've already explained. Big Bang couldn't have happened unless you think that the rapid expansion theory holds water. I don't think so. Then have a look at the galaxies that we observe. If the Big Bang had occurred and galaxies evolved since matter spread out, there should be a point at which galaxies haven't evolved yet. Science has not been able to find any such point. On the contrary, the latest galaxies, the infrared galaxies, are still finding fully formed galaxies as far as we can see. There is no limit to galaxies. Such a universe, where even looking back in time there are galaxies everywhere, does appear to be infinite. It is more likely to be the contracting matter universe than the Big Bang. There's also the problem of no unification theory. If there is one, what, aren't our scientists smart enough to come up with one? Why not? Having no unification theory is another key, pointer to the fact that our understanding of the universe is wrong. Then there's no hollow core to the Big Bang. If you have a Big Bang that's an explosion, well, wouldn't things be flying out in a shell with nothing in the middle? Why should some bits be left in the middle if there's an explosion? That doesn't make any sense. All of this contradicts the Big Bang. And why am I harping on this again? Because if the Large Hadron Collider tries to recreate the conditions of the Big Bang that never happened, then there's something really, really wrong with our understanding of matter, and that experiment is dangerous because we don't understand enough to know what's going to happen. That's why I keep trying to explain this. I'm going to go into more in the next bit about what the beginnings of a contracting matter universe could have been like. That's really hard, but I'll give it a try. Thank you.